together because we all must continue to speak louder than the voices that aim to divide us. Our politicians must remember that it is love that brings us together. We're not interested in any government incapable of an inclusive Australia to make this an equal, fair, and safe place for all Australians to live. We need legislative change that will support an understanding about love and acceptance in our society and communities. We need our government to do their job of leading and not keep us stuck in a place where the LGBTQIA+ community continues to be treated as second-class citizens. The psychological ramifications of being treated as unequal in the eyes of the law continues to present itself in the most damning statistics. I challenge anyone who cannot understand the importance of marriage equality and equal rights to close their eyes and imagine with me for a moment. Imagine living in fear every time you walk out of your home. Imagine looking over your shoulder every time you hold your partner's hand. Imagine waking up wondering if today is the day that you're going to be beaten up for looking too gay, too butch, or for being transgender. Imagine growing up being made to believe that you have to hide who you really are, that being rejected by your family, friends, or church is a part of reality. Imagine living in fear of losing your job or career if they find out that you're gay, or being unable to find employment because you're trans. Imagine being told that because of who you love, you're going to hell, that you have a mental illness, that you don't deserve to be alive. For all of those that still fail to understand, imagine people struggling to treat you with basic human decency. Prime Minister Turnbull, what you're offering the Australian public is not enough. It is not enough. We've seen the rise of hate speech directed towards the LGBTQIA+ community following the tragedy in Orlando. While our political leaders continue to treat our community as second-class citizens, this will continue to happen. Prime Minister, every time you choose to make marriage equality a religious or political issue, you're handing ammunition to the bigoted or homophobic. You're enabling hate crimes against our community. Every time you refuse to acknowledge that this is a human rights issue, you're telling Stephanie McCarthy that she's not worth protecting. Every time you refuse to acknowledge that this is a human rights issue, you're teaching our next generation that it's okay to discriminate if you pick the right target. And every time you refuse to acknowledge that this is a human rights issue, you're telling those currently hiding their sexuality for fear of violence or discrimination that they should probably keep hiding. It's time that the Prime Minister, our political leaders, and those still trying to oppress our community understand that nobody, anywhere, deserves to be treated as anything less than a valued human being that deserve all the same rights as everybody else. Prime Minister, you are still standing on the wrong side of history. Listen to the people here today. Listen to the majority of Australians asking and demanding equal rights, and listen to your own conscience. I love you all. Thank you for having me.